welcome. What's going on, y'all? Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Thank y'all so much for being here. Let's get straight to what I'm gonna talk about today.
Hope you're doing fine.
But actually, before I get into that, I do want to talk about what motivated me to make this video. What motivated me to make this video is honestly with everything that I'm seeing going on right now with Trump becoming president. And there's a lot of, dividing, and there's a lot of hatred that is being spread like a freaking wildfire. And I just find it truly, truly unfortunate because there are a lot of children who are looking up to us.
You're lucky I'm behind this glass, yo.
As the adults, and this is what they're seeing. They're seeing literally a collapse of our society.
We failed.
The children.
This movie that I'm going to be breaking down kind of shows the theme that I'm trying to portray, and it's the theme of what makes America America, and to me, it's the understanding of one another based on our experiences and where we come from and stuff like that. Because again, what you're seeing right now, you're seeing a lot of people being hated for just being a certain color, being a certain race.
Why do we scream at each other?
And so much more, to be honest. So yeah, I just want to say that. I just truly hope that this video will kind of just show what needs to be done, you feel me? This movie, Freedom Writers, truly motivated me at a young age to always enlighten and inspire people. But first I had to inspire myself. So growing up, I truly tried to understand, what it meant to be American. And I know a lot of my videos, a lot of times kind of goes against America and the system and all that stuff. And there's a lot of people who be commenting on my videos if you hate America so much, get out. But I'm like,
I can't afford it.
That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say I hate being American. I'm just saying I hate the system that is being ran in America that is truly just ripping us apart from the inside,
It's all fucked up!
So the film Freedom Writers is a story that not only entertains but also inspires change within our education system. This movie shines a light on the importance of creating an educational environment that uplifts and motivates students rather than setting them up for failure.
Get you free, cause the clips be back for us. Them thug the jams and commence to going for. She sweats the beats and ask me cause she pumping. Me, I got 2 kids, 7 and a cousin. Us cause a buzz when I lick the bags of dope. Him, that's my man with the asteroid belt. They get your face from Mr. Rocks a tee from the Brooklyn 9 days. The rebirth the slip like my gangster stroll. The money just like me, come and stack some more. I want my money back. Now he boogies up your stage, pads twist the braids, and I'm peace like that. I'm peace like that. Peace like that, I'm peace.
Check it out, man, I groove like that. I'm smooth like that. We jazz like that. We freak like that. We zoom like that. We out, we out.
Alright, y'all, so this is the very first video of Miss Gruwell when she meets her students. I give a lot of teachers respect, honestly, having to keep meeting new students every year and learning how to earn their respect, because you honestly don't know what's coming through those doors, you feel me?
Hello.
Hello. Hey, yo, let's sit right here, man.
Hi.
She's one of my favorite characters in this movie. Forgot her name, but she's hella dope.
In the thick of it.
So that is Miss Gruwell, a young teacher who steps into a challenging classroom filled with students from diverse backgrounds, each carrying their own struggles. The initial resistance from her students highlights a critical issue, an education system that often overlooks individual needs. This is where we pretty much learn our first lesson. Education must be inclusive and relevant, because as you guys saw in the very first couple minutes of the students entering, they all started choosing their sides, you feel me? Like African Americans with the African Americans, Asian Americans with the Asian Americans, you know, and there's always those white students that are in the front. So I'm not saying this movie is very stereotypical, but that's what you saw a lot back then and also till today. One thing that was really cool about this movie was, you know, when Ms. Gruwell was trying to earn the respect of her students, because in order to educate, you know, a group of students, you have to earn their respect. You have to let them know that you're not just here to get a paycheck. You are here to learn from them and to understand their life experiences and to understand why they behave the way they behave.
Too much caffeine?
Because a lot of times teachers, you know, not trying to speak bad about all teachers, but I have run across a lot of teachers who just go through the curriculum and just go home. They're not really trying to be engaged with their, you know, again, their students. So that's one thing I've experienced with my own eyes that kind of really made me, like, you know, lose faith in humanity, because education is the most important thing to me. I'm not saying I'm the most educated person in the world. However, I really understood that
Education.
It's giving Ponzi scheme.
education is not only getting a grade, it's everything that you do to get that grade. I was going to school with all different type of students, you feel me? And like, I don't know, like having to learn while seeing other people having the inability to learn, it kind of opened up my eyes. So that's what made me want to be an educator. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I am a certified educator for Oakland Unified School District as an embedded tutor. I used to work at Merritt Community College, and I used to like literally work in the class with students, you know, like people of all ages, like people ranging from 21 to like 65, and having to like help them. It was really difficult because before you can help them, you have to see, you know, what went wrong, you feel me? Because a lot of people have learning disabilities, and you just have to like really understand where they are so you can like kind of bump down to their level and try to work with them on their level, if that makes sense. So yeah, just want to throw that in there. So here's a clip that kind of showed her trying to gain her respect from the students.
Thank you for being here.
Before I press play, I do want to give you guys a little context, because a lot of people haven't watched this movie. So there were some students in this classroom who were passing around this paper that had a very stereotypical visualization of the student that is actually right here. So that's what happened. She found it, and this is how she's going to earn their respect, in my opinion, by breaking down this scenario.
It starts with a drawing like this. And then some kid dies in a drive-by, never even knowing what hit him.
You don't know nothing. You don't know the pain we feel. You don't know what we gotta do. You got no respect for how we living. You got us in here teaching us this grammar shit, and then we gotta go out there again. And what are you telling me about that, huh? What are you doing in here that makes a goddamn difference to my life?
You don't feel respected. Is that what you're saying, Ava? Well, maybe you're not. But to get respect, you have to give it.
That's bullshit.
What?
Why should I give my respect to you?
Baby, I just don't get it.
Because you're a teacher. I don't know you. How do I know you're not a liar standing up there? How do I know you're not a bad person standing up there? I'm not just going to give you my respect because you're called a teacher.
White people always wanting their respect like they deserve it for free.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I'm a teacher. It doesn't matter what color I am.
All about color. It's about people deciding what you deserve, about people wanting what they don't deserve, about whites thinking they run this world no matter what. You see, I hate white people.
You hate me.
Yeah,
You don't know me.
I know what you can do. I saw white cops shoot my friend in the back for reaching into his pocket. His pocket. I saw white cops break into my house and take my father for no reason except because they feel like it. Except because they can. And they can because they're white. So I hate white people on sight.
She's such a good actor, I swear.
Ben, do you have anything to say?
Huh? Can I please get out of here?
remember
Lady,
that
stop
scene.
acting like you're trying to understand our situation.
and just do your little babysitting up there.
That's all you think this is?
It ain't nothing else. When I look out in the world, I don't see nobody that looks like me with their pockets full unless they rapping a lyric or dribbling the ball. So what else you got in here for me?
And what if you can't rap a lyric or dribble a ball?
It ain't this. I know that much. Damn right.
And you all think you're gonna make it to graduation like this?
I made it to high school, ain't nobody stopped me. Lady, I'm lucky if I make it to 18. We in the war. We graduating every day we live because we ain't afraid to die protecting our own. At least when you die for your own, you die with respect. You die a warrior.
That's right. So when you're dead, you'll get respect. Is that what you think? That's right. Yeah. It's real. You know what's gonna happen when you die? You're gonna rot in the ground. And people are gonna go on living. And they're gonna forget all about you. And when you rot, do you think it's gonna matter whether you were an original gangster? You're dead. And nobody is gonna wanna remember you. Because all you left behind in this world is this.
So to me, this was the most important clip throughout the whole movie because it shows the relationship between a lot of students and teachers. A lot of students feel like they're being babysitted by their teachers. They feel like they don't give a shit about them, you feel me? Like they're just there to, again, get the paycheck, go through the curriculum, you know, just doing what they have to do to get by. However, this is a very strong, significant representation of what a teacher should be, like emotionally engaging with them, letting them know that I do not see you as another statistic. I don't see you just as another grade, you feel me? You are more than that. But we have to break that barrier because a lot of students feel like they can't even get to where they want to be because people feel like they can't really reach their fullest potential because they feel like no one believes in them. So it's really hard for someone to get to where they want to go when they feel like they're not seen as somebody, you feel me? But there are a lot of people who may argue with me and say that they will be successful regardless whether or not someone feels like they're important. But there are a lot of students who just lose hope. They really do look up to teachers to see them as someone important to society, you feel me? So that clip was very important. So let's get to my next point. So Ms. Gruwell doesn't just teach from textbooks. She listens to her students and values their stories. This connection is vital. When students feel seen and heard, they're more likely to engage and thrive. This brings us to our next lesson. Education should foster a sense of belonging and community.
Doesn't that sound nice?
So before I click play, I just want to give you guys a little context, of course. So before she always starts her class, she would always have the students stand and like engage with them, having them talk about their stories, talking about, you know, their weaknesses and everything they experience, you know, being a student living in the ghetto, you feel me? So this was a very good prime example of how teachers should behave with their students before even getting into like the books and stuff like that. This is to me how you get the flow going.
I think he said flu.
Can I read something from my diary?
That'd be great.
Sorry to pause it right there, but she gave everybody a diary, a composition book that she would want everybody to write in every single day, and pretty much to talk about how they're feeling, the emotions that they're going through, what are some fears that they have, or just life experiences and stuff like that, to pretty much spark the stories within this classroom, because this is how not only she gained the respect from her students, but this is how the students gain respect from each other. So it's really interesting and also a very strong tool that I feel like a lot of teachers should utilize right now.
Who is he?
Man, he's been with us since freshman year, fool.
What's his name?
I don't know.
The summer was the worst summer in my short 14 years of life. It all started with a phone call. My mother was crying and begging, asking for more time, as if she were gasping for her last breath of air. She held me as tight as she could and cried. Her tears hit my shirt like bullets and told me we were being evicted. She kept apologizing to me. I thought I have no home. I should have asked for something less expensive at Christmas. On the morning of the eviction, a hard knock on the door woke me up. The sheriff was there to do his job. I looked up at the sky, waiting for something to happen. My mother has no family to lean on, no money coming in. Why bother coming to school or getting good grades if I'm homeless? The bus stops in front of the school. I feel like throwing up. I'm wearing clothes from last year. Some old shoes and no new haircut. I kept thinking I'd get laughed at. Instead, I'm greeted by a couple of friends who were in my English class last year. And it hits me, Mrs. Gruwell, my crazy English teacher from last year, is the only person that made me think of hope. Talking with friends about last year's English and our trips, I began to feel better. I received my schedule and the first teacher is Mrs. Gruwell in room 203. I walk into the room and feel as though all the problems in life are not so important anymore. I am home.
So the key thing that I wanted to emphasize right there was hope. It gives students hope when they feel like there is somebody out there who believes in them and who truly wants them to thrive. You feel me? Because a lot of these students are coming from broken homes. Like he said, he was homeless, you know, being evicted. And imagine how many people to this day share the same story, that are going to school literally having nothing to wear, like wearing the same clothes from years previous. So this film demonstrates the power of dialogue. Gruwell encourages her students to share their experiences, breaking down barriers and fostering empathy. And there's one more thing that I want to highlight as well in the movie. Ms. Gruwell's determination to fight for her students' education highlights the need for teachers to be advocates, because I feel like today's educational system, teachers are, I don't know, I'm not saying they're not willing to be advocates, but the way the system is built, they're not supposed to be advocates. They're there just to do their job, to give these students their books, and to, like, I'm not trying to say that they're there to like make students lose hope, but so many things in our world has evolved. If you guys look at our hospitals, our entertainment industry, medicine, and all this other stuff, you feel me? Everything has evolved except education. Education to me has stayed the same. I know there's, you know, more things that we're learning about in school, but just the blueprint of education or the formatting of education has been the same. So what I'm trying to say is that there is a need for an education system that is inspiring, and an education system that has teachers that will advocate again for their students, that will put their students above them instead of them above their students. So to wrap it all together, Freedom Riders shows that when students are inspired, supported, and empowered, they can achieve incredible things. The journey from struggle to success is a testament to the transformative power of education. It's time for our education system to reflect these values, ensuring that every student has the opportunity to thrive. And I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but this is based on a true story. A lot of these students who took her class ended up becoming very successful. If not very successful, at least very stable, you know, having jobs, graduating, so on and so forth. So this is the end of the video. I just want to say thank y'all so much for being here, but I just truly hope that I emphasize or highlighted a theme that, you know, is very important, and it's to inspire our students. So if you're in the educational system, or if you have any power within the educational system, these are some very important tactics that we can illustrate very fast and very quick, and I feel like would have such quick results. So again, with everything going on in the world today, and with all the divide and separation, truly this is what America's about. It's about bringing everybody together through our experiences and our stories. Everybody has pain, everybody has some type of stress that they're still trying to let go. You feel me? Like, one of the most powerful things I've learned throughout my, you know, journey of life is that when you're depressed, you're living in the past, and when you're anxious, you're living in the future, and when you're peaceful, you're living in the present moment. So in our educational system, a lot of these students can't be in the moment because they are so caught up with the depression from their past and are so distracted with the anxiety of their future. So again, just want to say education is so important for our students, and if you feel that education is a waste of time, hey, that's your opinion. I always thought that education was a waste of time, and truly that it's a setup for failure, but it's the teachers that are put into the educational system that will set students up for success. So that's just what I want to say, and I'm gonna drop the mic on that one. Just want to say thank y'all so much again for being here. Peace and blessings.
Each and every one of you here tonight is a storyteller, and it's important for all of us to realize that we have to say something in the face of injustice. Because of students and their teachers, the Freedom Writer's Diary became the #1 book in America. And with that came the ability for people to say, I am no longer alone, and I don't have to suffer in silence. And I can stand up and speak up and share my truth. Other people began picking up a pen and a piece of paper and leaving a legacy with their words and their story. That's what we try to strive for, and the journey still continues. A revolution is about to take place in classrooms and in universities across the globe. I think it's really important now to use our words to stand up and to speak out, because these are troubling times. And in a perfect democracy, education should be the best way to equalize an unfair playing field, to be kind, to be compassionate, to be inclusive and accepting, and to know that we are our brothers and sisters keepers. We realize that if you teach one, they will teach another. My hope is that you pick up a pen, any piece of paper or journal or diary, and then you write your own story. That's what storytellers do. They use words instead of weapons. So may you leave here and think about justice. May you think about making things a little more fair, a little more right, and tell what needs to be told.